Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I wanted to hop on today with a question for you. And the question is, what if you are so much wiser than you think? The reason this has come up for me is because obviously I make these videos, and quite often when I make these videos, I give them to Paul, who works with me, and he looks through them and then he gives me a reaction to them. And it was really funny. He looked at one that I'd done. I think it's probably going to be the one that you see just before this one. And I saw him watching it last night, and he kind of just looked a bit blank with it all. And I said, "How did you find it?" And he said, "I'm not sure I was in the right frame of mind to watch that." And then I came and I saw him this morning watching it again, and he said, "Yeah, I'm 2 minutes in, and I'm so much more engaged with this video now than I was before." And the reason I ask you this question is because how many times have you had that experience watching a video like this or an audio from somebody else or whatever, where you watch it maybe one time and it doesn't resonate with you, and then you watch it again and you get something new from it? Maybe you've got a video or an audio, it's like a go-to video for you, which when you feel stuck or you're looking for an insight, you go and listen to that video or that audio, and then you inevitably end up seeing something new. But yet, isn't it interesting that each time you watch those things, the words are the same? There's nothing different about them. And I've had this experience too. I'll go and watch something and I'll go, gosh, I never heard that person say that before. And yet I've heard this thing like 5 or 6 times, in the past. And for me, it's really good for us to get curious about what's going on when we're seeing something new, engaging with those things. Because from what I can see, it's pointing to the fact that what we are picking up on, what we're seeing by being engaged with these things, has so much less to do with the content of what's being shared, and so much more to do with what's happening to us as we settle down listening to these things, and we start to come alive to our own source, our own creative source that's inside of us. And that's actually what we're hearing, right? We're not hearing specifically the words that are being uttered. We are coming home to our own source of knowing, our own source of insight. And those of you that have been around the three principles, you probably heard, that old sort of, I can't pinpoint the exact place he says it, but there's somewhere where Sid Banks said, don't listen to my words, listen for a feeling. Well, for me, that's kind of what he was pointing to, is that underneath, our attempts to intellectually conceptualize and tune into, specifics of what's being said, like the more we are coming alive to the fact that we are our own source of wisdom, we are our own source of insight. And the feeling that is presenced by somebody that is sharing from that source energy that is inside of them is allowing others to settle down into that place themselves. And the more they do, the more their own wisdom starts to bubble up, the more their own source of insight starts to come through them. And I think that's just really empowering for people to begin to see. Now, that's not to say that, you shouldn't go listen to other people, don't listen to my videos or other people's videos or whatever else. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that once you really start to see that what you're learning is actually coming from you, not coming from me, not coming from the other teacher, it's coming from you. And all that's happening is you are settling down and coming to that space and beginning to see what your own knowing wants to deliver to you. Gosh, is that so much more empowering, because now you can start getting interested in, how can I just connect to that more without necessarily needing the external nudge from a video or an audio, whatever it might be. Again, to say, it's not wrong to do that. how much more empowering is it knowing that you are actually the source of these insights? You know, when I started to see that, I started to get so much more interested in where people were sharing from, irrespective of what discipline they were coming from. You know, I started to see, oh well, it's not just, you know, three principles practitioners that are sharing from that space. There's people from all kinds of walks of life. They're not even teachers, some of them. Some of them are just people who are living from that space and sharing from their heart and sharing from that place of presence. And you can be around all of that and you become inspired. Notice that word? You become inspired from within, from inside of you. And that's not happened because of them. It's happened just because you're settling down into that space of inspiration. So for me, it was like, oh, good. Well, now I don't have to worry so much about what's being shared. Just have to worry about, not even worry, that's not even the right word, but be interested in, is somebody sharing from that place inside of them that is also inside of me? Because the more I'm aware of that, great, okay, I'm my own teacher. I'm my own source of insights. I've got that creative power inside of me. I just wanted to share that for those of you that have kind of noticed this, because I think once you start to see that power is in you, well, not only is it more freeing, it's so much more empowering as well. Because there are going to be those times where maybe you don't have a video to watch or an audio to watch, but what if you've always got you? What if you are the wisest person for you? So I hope that's helpful. Sending lots of love. Take care.